Shalom, 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 Yasha'Allah. This your boy, Brother Samuel, back at you with another quick edifying video. Today's topic is going to be called the abduction of the elect. Okay? Like I said, the abduction of the elect. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Right? That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who he ignorantly called Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi, right? And the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash, right? Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from elder apostle Tahar on down, who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. Right? So like I said, today's topic is going to be called the abduction of the elect. And he that have ears, let him hear and understand. Here in Babylon, right? It's going to be, destruction, right? Total destruction of this place, right? From one coast to the other coast, right? This place is going to be utterly destroyed, and the only way that the elect are going to make it out, right, is to be abducted, right? And we'll go over some scriptures, so you can understand what I'm saying. All right, Lord's will, this is edifying, right? So let's get into it. Let's go to we'll go here, right? This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 10, right? It says, "But the day of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up," right? And this is talking about those ICBM missiles, right? They're going to hit this place, Babylon. It's going to turn this place into the lake of fire, right? It's going to be, the scriptures tell you that, that the third woe, the third world war is going to come by fire, right? Most other wars have all come with, battle cries and, you got swords and, bloodshed, but this one is coming by fire, okay? And that's what this is talking about, right? This is, where it says that when it shall melt with fervent heat, the elements, right? I mean, this is going to be an intense situation here, right? Well, like I say, we're pretty much from coast to coast. This place is going to be literally on fire, right? And it's going to look like a lake of fire, because it's going to be so many ICBM missiles that are going to hit this place, right? And turn this place into the lake of fire. Okay? And so anybody who is inhabiting, who will be left herein, will be utterly destroyed, So this is why I say that, you have to, the elect have to be abducted, right? They're going to be abducted. Like I say, we'll go more into that, right? Let's get another one, right, real quick. This is 2nd Ezra, right? In the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. And I just get to the point, verse 7, right? It says, "And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape," right? And how do you escape? You escape. You get out of a situation. You get out of a place, right? To be escaped, you got an escape route or, escape plan, right? But you have to leave that area of danger, right? It says, "And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed," right? And those, the elect are going to have the faith and are going to believe, and are going to do the work, right? That shall count them worthy to be able to make it out of here, right? To make it out of Babylon before the destruction. Okay. like the scriptures say, they shall scarcely be saved, right? The righteous shall scarcely be saved, okay? And how they're going to be scarcely saved is those chariots, right? The chariots of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, okay? And matter of fact, we're going to go into it because, those chariots, right, which people are, say are the so-called UFOs, right? The unidentified flying objects, right? Or, we know what they are, right? They're identified flying. We know what those are. Those are the chariots of the Lord, right? They call them, or another word could be spacecrafts, and Yahawashi is coming in a huge spacecraft, right? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick, just so we can kind of set the precedence. And some people are going to be like, what is this dude talking about? This dude has lost his mind, right? But he that have ears, let him hear. Let's go to it. Let's get to the point. 2nd Ezra chapter 13 verse 6, right? And it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it, right? Now the scriptures likens the chariots of the Lord, right, to clouds, right, to a fire, to like a fiery flame, to a whirlwind, to where's some other ones? Here you see it's likened, the one that Yahawashi is in is likened unto a mountain, right? And mountains are huge, right? And how do you fly upon a mountain, right? Because it's not a literal mountain, and they're not literal clouds. These are these spacecrafts, right, or these UFOs, which are the chariots of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, right? These are the vessels that they're going to be flying in, right? So 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 6, it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it, right? And this is Ezra's, kind of seeing the vision. And it says, but I would have seen the region or place where without the hill was graven, and I could not, right? So Ezra couldn't even see where the one end of the spacecraft to the other end of the space. It was that huge. It was humongous. Okay. So, and he see of where he get it, right? And this is he talking about. This is Yahawashi, right? It says he had graved himself a great mountain, right? This is talking about Yahawashi, right? Yahawashi is flying in this chariot, right, or this so-called UFO, right? So, so you understand that, right? The chariots of the Lord, right, are so-called UFOs, spacecrafts, so you guys can get the point, right? And so that's why, I say that, the elect will be abducted, right? The elect will be abducted, right? You see these movies, and they got these movies of people being abducted, but guess what? The elect are going to be abducted, okay? And matter of fact, let's get another one, right? About Yahawashi. Yahawashi was abducted, let's get that. This is Acts, in the book of Acts, chapter 1. And matter of fact, you see the title, right? It says the Ascension, right? The Ascension. And let's go to verse number 9. It says, let's see. I'll start at verse 8, right? Where Yahawashi is talking. It says, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witness unto me, right? Both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth, right? So he's speaking to the disciples, right? And it says, and when he has spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, right? How was he taken up? And he was beamed up, right? And he was beamed up into what? Into the chariot, right? Or these what you call these so-called UFOs or spacecrafts, right? So it says, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight, right? So he's getting beamed up into this chariot, right? And it says, and while they looked steadfastly toward the heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white, right? So two angels were standing there, right? And they said, verse 11, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahawashi, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven, right? So guess what? Yahawashi was lifted up, was abducted into a chariot, right? And the same way that he left, right? The angel said it the same way he's coming. It's the same way he's coming, okay? You know, so if you understand that, right? And you can see it now, right? You have, you know, the Pentagon and all these other places, right? They're talking about, you know, these so-called spacecrafts now because they can't hide it, right? The truth is being exposed. You know, you have so many videos, you know, with the camera phones and things that people are showing. You know, they're seeing what they're seeing. Me and my brother, we see them all the time. You know, the chariots of the Lord, man. Right? You can look up. You can look up and you can see them. Okay. Let's go to Revelation 1:7. Right? Just to prove that point with how the angels were saying it. You know, the same way, in the same manner. You see him go into heaven. He's coming back the same way, right? This is Revelation chapter 1:7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen, right? But it's so he cometh with clouds, right? He's coming with the chariots, right? He's gonna have his huge chariot that's the size of a mountain, right? And guess what? He's going to have, there's other angels, they're going to be in their chariots too as well, right? But the chariot that Yahawashi is coming with is going to be huge. And it's got to be huge because guess what? It's got to hold the elect. The elect are going to be beamed up, are going to be abducted into that chariot, into that so-called UFO, okay? So it says, behold, he cometh with clouds, right? He's coming in his chariot. Yahawashi is coming in his chariot, and every eye shall see him. Why? Because it's gonna be a huge spacecraft that's gonna come. You know. All right. So now we kind of touch bases on that, right? And let's get some more examples of some abductions, right? Let's go to 2 Kings, right? 2 Kings chapter 2, and start at verse number 1, right? And you see it says Elisha succeeds Elijah, right? And it says, and it came, 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1, and it came to pass when Yahawah would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind. What's that whirlwind? It's the chariots, right? And Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal, Salakia. Right? So it says, when Yahawashi would take up Elijah into heaven, right, by a whirlwind, right? By a whirlwind, right? Yahawashi said that he's coming, with the chariots like a whirlwind, okay? Let's see. Let's jump to verse number 3, right? And it says, and the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that Yahawah will take away thy master from thy head today? And he said, yeah, I know it. hold ye your peace, right? So they knew, that the Lord was coming, right, to come abduct Elijah, from Elisha. Okay. Um, let's see. I'm trying to just get to the points, and you can read this. You can read this yourself. Let's jump down to 11. Matter of fact, verse 9, right? It says, "And it came to pass when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, Ask what I shall do for thee, before I be taken away from thee." What? Before Elijah he gets abducted, right? He's like, ask me what you need before, hey, I get abducted. I get taken away from this place. Okay. It says, before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. Right? So Elisha said, hey man, I need some of that spirit you got. You over here about to get abducted. the chariots of Yahawashi are coming to abduct you. You must be a man of Yahawashi, right? And it says, and he said, Thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, right? So when you see me getting abducted, it says, it shall be so unto thee, but if not, it shall not be so. Okay? So, and guess what? Let's read on. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire, right? These things are likened as unto fire, as a wheel upon a wheel, right? You have one that Ezekiel saw looked like a scroll, right? And you can see these things. You can go on brothers' pages, and they got videos of these different chariots. Okay, these things are real, right? And they're not far fetched, right? Our people will sit there and be like, "Oh man, this dude's crazy." Hey, if you don't believe, then you can get off the channel now, okay? But those who have ears, let them hear, right? It says, and it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven, right? And you can kind of see like the little pictures of, when you see people getting abducted, even in the movies and stuff, they have like this, some kind of beam, and you see the people getting sucked up into the chariots, or into the so-called UFOs, right? And it says, and Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more, right? And it says, and he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces, right? So Elisha, saw Elijah get beamed up and abducted into the spacecrafts, right? The chariots of the Lord. Okay. And Elijah said, if you see that, then guess what? You'll get a double portion of my spirit. So we know that happened too. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, and let's go to 66 and 15, right? So it says, this is a future prophecy, right? This is Yahawashi coming back too, right? Like Revelation 1 and 7, right? Like Acts 1 and 9. It says, Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15, it says, for behold, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, will come with fire, right? Yahawashi is coming with fire and with his chariots, right? Which are these so-called UFOs, like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire, right? Because on these spacecrafts, on these so-called UFOs, right, which are the chariots of the Lord, and there's weapons on these things, right? And you can read in the book of Maccabees, right? You can read in the book of Maccabees, how these things were shooting out sparks, like lightning, right? It's talking about like lasers, right? Against the enemies that were fighting against Maccabees, right? And even in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, and we'll get that in a little bit too, okay? So the Lord is coming in the chariots, right, which are these so-called UFOs, and guess what? He's going to be, when he comes back, he's going to be abducting the elect, right? As a matter of fact, let me see. Slovakia. See if I can get this real quick. Yeah, here we go. Let's go to the book of Matthew, right? Real quick. Matthew. Matthew chapter 24. Let's see if we can get to the point. And verse number 31, right? And it reads, matter of fact, let's go up one, right? This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 30. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven, right? What you're talking about, the chariots, right? Not a real cloud, man, right? And what's crazy is, when you see some of these videos, there's some that can cloak and look as a cloud, right, and move across the sky, right? I mean, it's all different types of shapes that they appear in, right? It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man, right? The Son of Man, Yahawashi, coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other, right? And how are they doing that? They're going to be abducting the elect. They're going to be plucking them out, right? Like I said, when you read, like, two shall be in a bed and one shall be taken up. Two women shall be sewing or something, and just paraphrasing, and one shall be taken up, right? How? It's by the abduction, right? They're going to be beamed up, okay? Those of the elect, okay? So if you got to understand, if you can hear this now, right? It says from one end of heaven unto the other, right? Because the elect are scattered too across the four corners of the earth, right? They're everywhere, right? Just as the Israelites are, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, let's go to the book of Mark. Book of Mark, chapter 9, verse number 7, and it reads, it says, and there was a cloud that overshadowed them, right? Now this is when Yahawashi and I believe Peter and another apostle, they were in the mountain, and he was praying, and remember Elijah and Moses appeared. And, I mean, Peter and them were kind of startled, and they were like, what's going on? Right? So this is Mark chapter 9, verse 7. It says, and there was a cloud, right? This wasn't a cloud. It was a chariot, right? A so-called UFO, right? That overshadowed them. And a voice came out of the cloud saying, this is my beloved son, hear him, right? So out of this chariot, right, a voice came out and said, this is my beloved son, hear ye him. Okay, so that's another example. Now let's go to Slovakia. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians first. I think I want 1 Thessalonians first. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 4 and verse number, let's start at 15. Okay. First Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 15. Matter of fact, let's start at verse 14, right? And it says, and you see the title says the coming of Yahawashi. It says, verse 14, 1 Thessalonians 4 and 14, for if we believe that Yahawashi died and rose again, even so them also which sleep, right, or which died in Yahawashi will the Most High bring with him, right? Because if we believe that Yahawashi died and rised again, right, then those who die in Yahawashi, right, are gonna, it's gonna be the same, right? It says, for this we say unto you by the word of Yahawashi, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of Yahawashi, so those who of the elect who are worthy to escape and not taste death, right, or not be a martyr for Yahawashi, shall not prevent them which are asleep, right? Those which died, in the Lord, right? Those who were martyrs, those who were beheaded, for or however they died, for Yahawashi, right? It says, for Yahawashi shall descend from heaven with a shout and with the voice of the archangel and with the trumpet of the Most High, and the dead in Yahawashi shall rise first, right? Then it says, so the dead, right, they're gonna rise up, and they're gonna rise up and be in those chariots. They're gonna be abducted into those chariots, right? It says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together. What do you mean caught up? Right? You're gonna be abducted. They're gonna be lifted up into these chariots, right? Those of the elect. So it says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up just like Elijah was caught up in the whirlwind, in the chariot. Okay, together with them, right? Those who had already died, right? In the clouds. What is that? It's talking about the chariots, talking about the so-called UFOs, to meet Yahawashi in the air, right? In the air. Okay, and so shall we be with Yahawashi. So shall we ever be with Yahawashi. And we're never leaving his side, man. We're never leaving the shepherd's side after that. Okay? Beautiful, right? It says, wherefore comfort one another with these words, right? And like I say, some people are going to, see this video and be like, oh, this dude, what is he talking? No, this is what's happening. I'm giving you the account of what's happening, right? Those who died for Yahawashi, they're going to be raised up first. They're going to be abducted first into these chariots, right? And then those who remain on the earth, right, before the destruction hits, right, before the elements are burnt with fervent heat, they're going to be taken up, right? They're going to be taken up into the chariots, okay? And be with Yahawashi forever, Our kingdom is coming, right? Okay, so if you understand now, in order to get that, right, in order to, when you get beamed up, right, you can't come in with your regular flesh, man, your sinful flesh, right? You have to be changed, right? And let's get that in the book of 1 Corinthians. Okay, 1 Corinthians, we got 15, and I'm gonna start at verse number 39, so we kind of have an understanding, right? Because our flesh must be changed. We can't come in with our sinful bodies that go off every day, all day, right? That's how because we can't be perfect, right? We have to be in that perfect body to be in these chariots of Yahawashi, right? So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 39. It says, all flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. Right? And it says, reading on verse 40, there are also celestial bodies and terrestrial bodies. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. Right? There's two types of body. You got your physical body, and you got your spiritual body. Okay. Let's jump down to 44. So it says, 1 Corinthians 15:44, it is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. Right? It says, there is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. Okay. It says, let's jump down to 46. It says, howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterwards that which is spiritual. Right? So you start off, right? And even when you die, right, your body goes back to the earth, and your spirit goes up into the spirit world, right, on the third heaven, right, which Yahawah dwells in the third heaven, right, because your soul goes back to the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, right. It says the first man is of the earthly, and the second man is Bahasham from heaven, right. It says, as is the earthly, such are they also that are earthly, and is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly, right? It says, let me keep reading. And as we have borne the image of the earthly, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly, right? So just how Yahawashi was translated, and when he was taken up, and he came back, and he got his earthly body was removed, and he had his new body, right? It says his heavenly body. It says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. Right? So in order to, and when you get beamed up in those chariots, Salaki, let me say that too, that's when you're saved. You have finally been saved from the said perils, right? So you got people out here saying that they're saved now. You're not saved until, guess what? You are in them chariots. You can't say you're saved until you're in them chariots, man. Okay? It says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, right? Neither do a corruption inherit incorruption, right? Because we have to be changed, right? And when we are changed, guess what? Then, our bodies will be made incorruptible, right? We will no longer be subject to sin, right? Because it won't be no more. And this is that new covenant that was promised to the children of Israel, to the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? It says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, right? We're not all going to die, but we shall all be changed. But everyone's going to be changed, okay? Everyone's going to be changed, right? It says, and I'm talking about the Israelites, right? Because guess what? Those of the elect who get it, because it really starts with the elect. So those of the elect who die, right, or who, the scriptures liken them to a sleep, right? They're going to be changed, but it says, like, let me read it. It says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep. So we're not all the elect are going to die, right? It says, but we shall all be changed, right? They're all going to be changed because it starts with the elect, right? The elect are going to be saved, and then through the elect, right, the 2/3, right, are going to be brought back on the earth, and then they're going to have their changed bodies too, and their right mind, right? But 2/3 of our people are going to die here in America, right? They're going to be left here, and they're not going to be abducted into these ships, okay? It says, in a moment, in a twinkle of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, right? And we shall be changed. It says, for this incorruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality, right? And that's what you got to understand. In order to get into these ships, right, your body must be changed, right? Your body, your mind, because you have to be in your right mind, your spiritual mind, right? And you're going to be made perfect. You're going to get up in them chariots, and you're going to be a change in the blink of an eye, right? So it says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality, right? That's how death is going to be swallowed up, man. Okay? But that's the only way that you're going to be able to make it into these ships. So when you get beamed up, as you get beamed up, you're going to be transformed into your incorruptible body. Okay? So hope you guys will follow me on that, right? It's a lot here for how long it is, man. I like this topic. It's a beautiful topic. Matter of fact, let's get it, right? Let's go to the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 1. So the elect are going to be abducted, right? They're going to be abducted, and we've seen plenty of scriptures, where you had Elijah was abducted, you had Yahawashi was abducted, was taken up into these chariots, right? These so-called UFOs, right? So let's read this. This is the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, right, in the Apocrypha, chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, right? When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, right? And what's the strangeness of his salvation? That people are going to be seeing the elect of Yahawashi get beamed up into this chariot, into this so-called UFO or this spacecraft, right? That's going to be the strange. Like, what? Wait, hold on. I don't remember that. Hey, the pastor never told me about no spacecraft or no, so-called UFO, right? They said it was going to be a cloud. I was looking for a cloud to come, right? Hey, just imagine it being a clear, beautiful day, right? You out here looking for a cloud, man. No. It says, they and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they have looked for, right? Because you was taught in Christianity that, this so-called white man is going to come down ascending from heaven, on a literal cloud, and it's going to just kind of lower down, and he's going to be, his hands are going to be off to his side. And no, man, that's not what's happening, right? You have a so-called black man, Yahawashi, woolly hair, dark skin, right, who's coming in with a huge UFO, right, or spacecraft, right, which is the chariot of Yahawashi, right, and he's coming. He's gonna beam up his elect. He's gonna gather his elect and beam them up. They're gonna be up in the ship with him, right, and he's gonna be causing destruction upon Babylon, right before these missiles hit the ground. Right, hit Babylon and turn this place into the lake of fire. And those who are not of the elect, right, those of the 2/3, they're gonna die here in America, right? They're gonna be utterly obliterated, right, by these ICBM missiles and by the other chariots, right, and their laser beams that the angels are gonna have. Okay, it says, so far beyond that that they looked for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb and a reproach, right? Because they're going to be like, wait. How did these fools that are out here on this corner, who are out here, reading the scriptures, right? Wearing these, Power Ranger outfits. These men just, hold on. They just got abducted into these spacecrafts. Wait. This is their mindset, right? They're going to be groaning with anger. You're going to be like, yo, you're going to be sick to your stomach seeing that, right? And thinking that, as you pass by, like, oh, these fools, you know, look at these fools. That's what you was thinking about. Oh yeah, my husband is bugged out. My son is bugged out. However it is, my dad is bugged out. That's what they're gonna be thinking, man. Right? It says we fools accounted his life madness, right? Because people think we crazy when we sit here and we talk about these things. When we go on the highways and hedges, right, and we try to edify and speak the words of Yahawashi to people. And it says in his end to be without honor. Yeah, we just thought that, hey, you was just gonna be bugged out, and that was gonna be the end of it, right? It says, verse 5, it says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints, right? Because when you read the scriptures, hey, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, those are the saints, right? When you read the precepts, we are the saints of Yahawashi. We are the children of Yahawashi, right? Hosea 1 and 10, where it said, you are not my people, there it shall be said, ye are the sons of the living power. You are the children of the living power, okay? They don't understand that. It's going to be so far beyond what they believed and what they looked for or what they were expecting, and they're going to be shocked and sick to their stomach when they see this, right? Because when these chariots are coming, they're coming, with they're coming with weapons and all types of stuff, right? When you jump down to verse 21, it says, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad and from the clouds, right? So these lasers are going to be shooting out from the chariots, from these so-called UFOs. It says, as from a drawn bow, and shall fly to the mark, right? These things are going to be laser accurate, hitting, people who are, the remaining people or people who are going to be while the ICBM missiles are coming down, right? Yahawashi, the chariots, the angels, they're coming down too, and they're going to be shooting and tearing stuff up too. This is all the day of the Lord. This is the day of the Lord said, is it not darkness and not light? Right? Woe to those who, and I'm paraphrasing, woe to those who desire the day of the Lord, right? To what end is it for you? Right? You don't know what you are expecting, right? And you read it right here in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. It says, so far beyond, right? Verse 2, so far beyond all that they look for, right? They're going to be like, what is going on, right? But guess what? The elect are going to be abducted and going to be beamed up in these chariots and be taken away from this destruction, okay? Got a couple more and I'm going to close it out. Lord's will, y'all following me. And this is edifying. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse number 20, right? And it reads, it says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, right? And this is talking about those of the elect getting beamed up into the spacecraft, right? Into the chariots of Yahawashi. It says, and shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself as if it for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed, right? Because the only way to escape is to get out of this place, right? And it's to be beamed up or abducted into these spacecraft, into these chariots, right? It says, for behold, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. Right? Because this is it. This is the end all be all. The Lord's wrath is going to come upon this place. Right? The scriptures tell you that the earth is going to rock to and fro. Right? When these ICBM missiles hit this place, hey, it's going to rock to and fro. This place is going to rock back and forth. Okay, that's how much anger and wrath, and it's gonna, like I said, the elements, right? Everything is made of elements. The elements are gonna burn with a fervent heat, right? With a high heat, a high temperature, right? The survival rate is gonna be zero. especially in Babylon. Okay, you know, and the other parts, of course, people are going to survive because we gotta, take people captive, like in Revelation 13, right? We gotta have people who are going to be building back the kingdom and doing this work. Because guess what? The kingdom of heaven is on earth, right? When you pray, on earth as it is in heaven, right? These things are coming. Our rulership is coming, right? The rulership of Yahawah Shai is coming, right? And guess what? We are part of that rulership, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because we are the Israelites. We are the Most High's chosen people, right? So it says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, shut thy doors," right? Because we gotta be away from this danger, right? That's coming upon this place, right? And that's let's go to that real quick. Revelation, chapter 18 and verse number 4, and that's what this is talking about as well. Right? It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Right? So you got to come out of her. Right? And how you coming out? You're going to be abducted, into these spacecrafts, into these so-called UFOs. Right? You're going to be taken out into safety, away from the plague and the wrath of Yahawah Shem Yahshai. Right? Because it says this plague is going to be, let's get that. This is Salakia, Revelation chapter 14 and verse number 10. It says, "The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Right? Because Yahawashi and the angels, they're going to be right there, right, when all this death and destruction is happening. Right? And those are, those who are in Babylon, right? The 2/3 of our people, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are not going to conform, right? Those who are going to get the C-hip, right? Or the MOTB, right? They're going to be destroyed, right? When you take that, you're going to be destroyed. You're not going to be able to enter into that ship, okay? You're not going to be abducted into that ship. You're going to be left here to burn because you have chosen who your master is instead of choosing Yahawah Shem Shai. Okay. Matter of fact, let's go to Revelation 15 and 2. Right. So it said, "Come out of her, my people." Okay, that you be not partakers, so that you don't have to feel the wrath of the Heavenly Father. Right, because you are of the elect. Right, you were deemed worthy. Right, and we know the elect were chosen from the beginning, from the foundations of the earth, according to Ephesians 1 and 4. It says, Revelation 15 and 2, it says, "And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over the image and over his mark and over the number of his name stand on the sea of glass, having harps of the Heavenly Father." Right? So those elect, they're going to be beamed up in these ships, right? And they're going to be able to see below, right? You're going to be able to see earth below. You're going to be able to see Babylon on fire, right? And like, this is like John the Revelator. He was standing on a sea of glass. Like, you just think about standing on a glass window, and like, it's just all beneath you can see, and you'll be able to see, Babylon just being utterly destroyed and looking like a huge lake, right? Because of those icy beam missiles, right? And because of the lasers and the fire from the chariots are going to turn this place into the lake of fire, right? And you're going to, the elect are going to be able to see that, right? And it says, and they sing the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High, and the song of the Lamb, saying, "Great and marvelous are thy works, Yahawah Shem Shai, thy Most High power almighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou kings and saints." It says, "Who shall not fear thee, O Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, and glorify thy name, for thou only art holy. For all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest." Right? And this is when the day of the Lord is come, right? And it's been and it's manifested. It's put into action, right? These prophecies that we have been reading, and we have been out on the highways and hedges prophesying that are going to come. It's going to happen, right? And those of the elect are going to be able to watch it from afar off, from above, and be able to see this place, right? Our captivity, right? Our oppressors being destroyed, our enemies being destroyed in front of our very eyes. Okay? Call Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Bahasham Qadash. Right? So guess what? The elect are going to be abducted. And that was the whole, meaning to the lesson. So, Lord's will, you were edified, right? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Kahala Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, right? Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the elect, right? To the four corners of the earth, to the elect, to the 144,000 men, 12,000 from each tribe, and to the rest of the elect. Stay strong, stay diligent, stay focused, right? Luke chapter 21 and verse 36, man, that you may be able to escape all these things and to stand before the Son of Man, right? And that's going to be in this chariot. That's going to be being abducted into these chariots, man, right? So stay diligent, stay focused, keep praying for one another. And with that, I want to say shalom.